If you're struggling with your mental health, there are heaps of resources and services that are available to you that you can go to for free and anonymously. We've listed just some of these in the description of this episode.
Hello and welcome back to the MGS COVIDCast. We're your hosts, Evan.
And Freddie, and today we missed out on Wednesday's episode, but we have a Friday episode for you, and hopefully our two spectacular guests make it up to you guys. So there's a lot of pressure on these two. We have Harrison Thompson and Lucas Hayward. How are we going today, guys?
I'm so nervous.
Great to be here.
Yeah, I mean, I rarely get to talk with celebrities like yourself. I've been psyching myself for days.
It's extraordinary.
Yeah,
Amazing.
honestly. When we get back to school, you'll walk around, all the year nines will, oh, it's Evan and Freddie from the MGS COVIDcast.
That better
Yeah.
happen. That better happen. I'll be so disappointed if it doesn't.
It's the only reason I'm coming on here. It's my 3 minutes of fame.
You're hoping you'll get like a little name boost from
Exactly.
Obviously.
the thing that nobody listens to.
Yeah.
Okay, Luke. I'm sure
A
you'll
little
get
bit of clout I can get in the 2 weeks we'll have remaining back at school.
Yeah.
To start off your clout journey, though, Lucas, it is the initiation for everyone that comes on this podcast. You too, Harrow. Lockdown morning routine. What do you do before you jump on WebEx for the day, you know?
Yeah, awesome. So, first things for me, I wake up at, say, 4 a.m. because, you know, I have a grind set. And I've
Of course.
to make
Joining Nog there, yeah?
Yeah, joining Xavier, first things I do, I check the market, make sure that, they're going up and, all those different things. And then I, of course, get up, I go for my, half marathon or something of a run and then just get on.
How long would you say that is in kilometers? What are we giving it?
Half marathon, it's 21 Ks.
Oh, okay. You're beating Nog there. Okay.
Yeah, and then I'll do that in 50 odd minutes, so it doesn't take too long.
Wow.
And then, now I'm
of course.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
That's legitimate. But then, I can sit down, sometimes have a meeting with Mr. Taranto to organise a couple of things for Bruce House, and then that's it for me. And then the rest of my day, I do nothing.
But you don't do a triathlon. Why are you so lazy?
Yeah.
You could be doing 3 times the effort. That doesn't sound like a grind set to me.
Right. Lucas, have you got one to beat him?
Oh, yeah. All right. No, you know what? I'll let Evan go first.
Well, I was just going to say, Harrow, I've heard that you've been sending around, certain photos describing what you do in bed before you get out of bed. Would you like to elaborate on that, in reference to your grind set?
Can you just give me a couple more specifics on these particular
photos? No.
I don't think I can get into specifics on here, but I'm pretty sure you were sending this image around in a biology flexing your grind set as you woke up in the morning.
Right. Well, I can neither confirm nor deny that image, but I can just say that I'm a very, grind set oriented man. I have one objective and I'm always pushing for it. That's just my motto, and it's something that I just live by. I constantly strive for perfection, Evan. So what you probably saw is not real, I assure you.
Yeah.
But
how's captain mindset? It must be just propaganda from other house captains to try to ruin his reputation.
Oh, of course. My bad.
Yeah.
Lucas, your triathlon in the morning.
Right, okay.
Nog.
Now, listen, I reckon I can beat it anyway. So my plan is I wake up at a crisp 8:57, and then I go to Tutor Group.
Hang on.
A wink, wink.
You go to Tutor Group at 8:57.
I mean, what time does Tutor Group? 8:30. That's when I wake up.
Yeah,
not 8:57. I wake up on time. I'm
We've been so supportive of Tutor Group and house on this podcast.
I'm a year 12 leader, and I would never, ever compromise the value of Tutor Group. I know Mr. Ranson, he's contributed a lot to my life. He gives me a lot of interesting opinions on politics and other things, and I'd love to hear from him. bit of a character.
Mindset.
And we're hoping to, in the future, to introduce good mental health activities into the group as well. I mean, I think, the theme of this podcast episode is mental health. You'll notice I'm in the mental health drip supplied very graciously by the psychology department that was sent to me and not Hera because I'm the best.
Yeah.
And,
yeah.
So, we've got the Are You Okay Day t-shirt, we've got the hat, we've got the bands, also got a bunch of other stuff. And if you're a young man at MGS, be sure to participate in mental health activities and you'll be able to acquire some of the drip and look as cool as me one day.
The best thing about mental health activities and the fact that it's happening on the 9th of September is that that now, the GAT has been rescheduled. So you don't have to do the same thing on the same day. So,
And we're looking forward to figuring out how to organize it during lockdown because it's going to be very different.
I guess you've perfectly segued into it for us. So thank you very much.
Because we were going to ask, because the reason we got you guys on here was to
we don't like you. We only got you on here for this.
Yeah, we only got you on here to talk about the mental health initiatives you guys are doing in the VIA. Because I know there is a lot of talk recently about the whole mental health shadow pandemic. So what sort of stuff are you doing in the VIA other than, of course, what you've already covered? And why do you think trying to maintain mental health in these circumstances is so important?
Yeah, so for me, one of the main things, especially during these current circumstances, is maintaining good mental health practices. Because obviously, if you are not, mentally fit for such stressful times, then it's obviously very difficult to cope and get through them and maintain that optimistic mindset, which is so crucial for the pandemic. But I think what we've been doing in the VIA, and Lucas can certainly, speak a little bit more about this, obviously him being on the executive committee and stuff. But we've just been establishing, different sort of approaches, and we're just trying to, I guess, eradicate the stigma still associated with mental health. It's obviously got better, and we can't deny that. It's like the leaps and bounds that the school has made in regards to that has been incredible, but obviously it's always a work in progress. So we're just trying to, create different activities which will hopefully, benefit a couple of boys. Lucas.
No, absolutely. Yeah. Thanks, Sarah. And so for us, this came about from just over the course of the year, really. And I mean, really over the course of 4 years, because I personally don't think that the mental health services that MGS provides on a holistic basis are sufficient for the needs of the mental health of young boys that go to an all-boys school. So it began at the beginning of the year, and we started with a very good idea from the GSA, actually, that the VIA enacted, which was the MGS Speakeasy, which was basically like an environment where boys could come about and just talk about their issues with the school psychologists. And we thought it was a great idea, and we started heading it up, and me and Hera were some of the lead organizers of that. But due to not the best organization and nobody really spreading awareness about it, we weren't none of us went to assembly. The only thing we had was one thing in the notices. It wasn't nearly enough, so we didn't have amazing attendance at that. And over these discussions, we got to talk, and we figured that we needed to do much, much more for mental health for the school. And that's just been absolutely just bombed by lockdown. I know so many of my friends at MGS who've been really, really, really struggling with mental health because of COVID. It's just destroyed everything. It's really, really challenging. And we want to try to get services up for the boys so they can feel like they have a place to go. I know a lot of boys are very hesitant to reach out to the school psychologists directly and actually have a talk with them. But please, seriously, if you even have the tiniest issue, don't think about the stigma. All right, it's completely anonymous. Reach out to them. I promise you, it'll do a world of good. But even still, there's a ton that needs to be done. Right, we need to establish programs. Tell people when we're starting with Are You Okay Day, we're trying to set up things in tutor groups. We're trying to get seminars up and running from speakers at great services like Beyond Blue and Lifeline. These are things that are just essential. And being at a boys' school, there's still so much stigma around mental health that we need to just fix, we need to get rid of, and we need to help these boys. And so, yeah, that's what we're trying to do in these last couple weeks. I mean, we started a bit late, but better late than never. So, yeah, we're trying to do that before we go away.
Yeah, that's a fantastic thing you guys are doing. And of course, lockdown has, of course, thrown a little bit of a spanner in the works. Yeah. But can you give us sort of any specifics on what you've planned for this lockdown, if you've gotten to be able to plan anything? Because of course the extension was only announced recently. But is there anything you can give the MGS boys?
Yeah, sorry, Freddie.
Sorry, Harry.
No, that's so we have planned a couple of things, and like obviously the community like speakers series and like setting up someone to come in is a little difficult at the moment for obvious reasons. So we've sort of more focusing on the lead up to Are You OK Day, but then also just sort of, I guess, incorporating mental health and like mental health awareness into boys' lives on a daily basis. So that means during tutor groups, we've prepared some questions that will hopefully get like the majority of tutors in the school to ask, which just, effectively gets like mental health in the students' minds and allows it to percolate so that they can effectively, deliberate whether or not they are in fact in need or if they are struggling, and then they can, if need be, seek the necessary help. So that's effectively what we're trying to do this lockdown, at least, alongside Are You OK Day.
Yeah. And we just want to validate some things that boys might be thinking. Like, there's a lot of self-hate that's going on with lockdown about productivity. Like, I know a lot of boys that wake up and they don't get any work done or something, especially if they're in year 12 and they feel like an immense pressure to get things cracking, get things going. And if they don't do it, they feel terrible all day. Or say, like, they want to go for a run or something, but they just don't find the motivation to do it. Like, listen, you don't have to be depressed to be, like, clinically depressed to be depressed during lockdown, right? It affects every facet of everyone's lives. And we really just want to get that help out there. So many boys just don't realize that they can just do a little bit and it'll help them immensely, right? Reach out to Miss Jones and do the strategies we're setting in place. Once the emails come out to tutor groups, I strongly recommend you to ask your tutors to watch those videos, talk about those questions, talk about those topics. It'll do a world of good. And if you're even the tiniest bit down, reach out to Miss Jones, reach out to a medical health professional. Just call Lifeline, call Beyond Blue.
Or,
any little bit helps.
Like, even if need be, just reach out to a friend, tell them you're maybe not doing too well, and then I'm sure them being your friend will hopefully assist you in like navigating through this like pathway. But
absolutely,
there's so many different options, and I simply just can't stress it enough how important it is to be aware of your mental health during this stressful and anxiety-inducing period.
Yeah. And don't worry about like being judged for reaching out. Nobody cares. Everybody's struggling during lockdown. Like, some of my friends who've reached out with poor mental health, hasn't changed my opinion of them at all. Reach out. It'll do nothing but good.
Guys, you've done absolutely incredible work, and I think a lot of students, even if they won't say it out of public, because like you said, the stigma, it'll really help them. So you guys have done truly fantastic work. So from Evan and I think on behalf of everyone, thank you very much for the amazing work that you've done. I guess something else we just wanted to touch on, because of course we've been hit with a lockdown extension to the end of term 3, and of course I think into the first week of the holidays, or at least half of that week. Do you have any tips that you can provide to help maintain mental health through lockdown, both in school and outside of school?
So I think there's a couple of things that you can do. For me, what works best, and I'm just going to speak from personal experience, exercise is crucial. I find that, you have so much energy during online learning because you're stuck indoors. It's just so necessary to expend it. But then also, the fact is, it's also extremely tiring and tedious, which is oxymoronic in a way. But by exercising, you can actually effectively and re-energize yourself and tackle the rest of the day with a lot, with a lot clearer of a mind. Another thing is just make sure that you're just talking to people. Try to, whether it's like setting up a WebEx with your friends or a Zoom, whatever it might be, just be trying to interact with people as much as possible in the current circumstances, because it's just crucial that you do not become disconnected, because that is one of the biggest problems with lockdown, is losing that community, becoming disconnected, and effectively becoming isolated. And that's something that you just cannot afford, and it is so I guess difficult when that happens for your mental health, and it's just degrading effectively.
No, definitely. Don't discount just about all the basic baby chemicals like serotonin, oxytocin, endorphins. They all play an essential role in making you happy. Listen, I do psychology and bio, right?
Oh, so you got all.
I basically
okay.
Yeah. That's how it is. I can list so many different chemicals. You have no idea. Don't know what they are.
That's not a good thing.
Don't know what they are, but I can list them. Anyway, yeah. So just like that little bit of a bump is always helpful. Like get a nice meal, talk with your friends, play your favorite game, watch your favorite TV show. I don't know, listen to your favorite album or whatever. It's all good. It all helps in the little quantities, and just forgive yourself for not doing everything you set out to do. Like you gotta be, everybody's understandably unmotivated during lockdown, and it's okay, and that's fine. You just need to, I mean, as a professional armchair therapist, I just, just don't be afraid to reach out and take walks with your friends and stuff. It's all good.
Can't stress it enough.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, I guess
Absolutely.
on the topic of maintaining good mental health, I think it's always good to try and stay as lighthearted as we can in these situations. So we've had a fairly
we do like to have a bit of fun on this
chat.
podcast.
But we do like to have a bit of fun. So
I sure love fun. Let's go.
So we've taken your interests into account. Harrow, we know you love cricket. Lucas, we know you're a massive weeb inside. So what we have prepared.
We're not shaming you, Lucas. We're not shaming you.
We're not outing you.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. Lucas is really into anime. Oh my god.
It's just an out. Right,
clean language from now on, please. Okay. So what we've prepared is a little game where you have to guess whether or not the name that we list is an anime character or a cricket player.
Okay.
So
we put a lot of time into this, and by a lot of time I mean 20 minutes before we started recording.
Wow.
So.
Okay, but it's hard to try and make it a little bit believable. But
yeah,
Freddie,
I bet Evan
kick
would
us
be
off.
good at it. Being a weeb himself.
Freddie, Evan, you are a weeb. Maybe you can participate. You've got the answers, so no.
Yeah.
No, I've got the answers.
He's covered both camps. He's a cricketer and a weeb. It's like the inside of the Venn diagram.
Okay.
Exactly. That's why I'd be too overpowered. Anyway, Freddie.
Evan has to go and fix a lot of my cricket terminology because I got a lot of it wrong. So we don't need to talk about it. But you know what we do need to talk about? Natsuro Shino. Is he either
Tatsuro? Not
that
Natsuro.
too? Is he either a Japanese right-handed wicket-keeper batsman with a total of 7 catches and 5 stumpings? Or is he the main love interest for Riko Sakurachi? I failed Japanese in year 7. In the anime, Live, Love, Sunshine. What do we reckon?
I've heard that's a favorite of Mr. Chang.
Ooh. Can I have the pronunciation of his name? Just one.
The name? I'll say it. Tatsuro Chino.
That too.
That sounds like a very cricketer's name to me.
Could be anything.
Yeah.
We are keeping score, by the way.
I'm going to say it. I'm going to lock it in. I reckon you're being right. Cricketer.
You know what? I hate Hera, so I've got to switch it over. I reckon that's the dude from Love Live. I'm putting it all on Mr. Chang. Mr. Chang, if you're watching this, this is for you.
Lucas, you shouldn't have switched. It's the cricket player.
Hey, but I'm glad I did it for Mr. Chang.
All right.
It's worth it for him. I gave Mr. Chang points in a little separate count. Exactly. He mocked my oral, all right? I don't want to add any more fuel into the fire.
All right, Evan.
Next up, Kyle Coates, a top-order batsman for the Scottish cricket team with an ODI average of 42.71, or a Russian exchange student adversary that serves a large blocking threat to Karasuno's spikes from the anime Haikyuu.
How do you spell the last name?
No.
C-O-E-T-Z-E-R. No, it's fine.
Don't give it to him.
Why not?
It looks like he's Googling it. It looks like he's Googling it.
No. It's that. Okay. Hold up.
Hands up.
Repeat it.
There is no way.
No. Repeat it.
There's no way that is a cricketer.
Kyle Coates, a top-order batsman for the Scottish cricket team with an ODI average of 42.71, or a Russian exchange student adversary that serves a large blocking threat to Karasuno's spikes from the anime.
You want to know how much of a weeb I am? I'm pretty sure I know who you're talking about. And I'm pretty sure the name isn't Kyle.
Okay.
But is the person that you think Evan's talking about a cricket
Is it a cricketer?
player,
Is it that Scottish cricketer, or this Russian exchange student that
I'm going for cricketer. I'm
actually going for anime. I don't think it.
The scores are level.
Yeah, it's actually the Scottish batsman.
You're kidding me.
Oh my god, I'm such a weeb. I can't believe I do that.
Yeah, I didn't take the name off like a similar one from Haikyuu. It's just a.
No.
I thought it sounded Slavic enough, but it's
Slavic. No,
it's not.
No. If it would be like Lev or like Dmitry or something. Like Russian. I don't speak Russian.
Hey, but Japanese Russian names aren't always on point.
But you know what is on point?
Me and Harris scores.
Sagi, is that how you pronounce it, Evan? I don't care.
Tsukiko Sagi.
Oh, I got it right. Is this person a left arm leg break bowler with a career best figure of 3 wickets, 7 runs off 4 overs in an exhibition match against the United Arab Emirates, or a shy designer with a famous pink dog in the 2004 anime Paranoia Agent?
If you made up the cricket one, I'm like real impressed if these are made up, because both of these sound extremely plausible.
No, it's like, although it seems right. Oh,
if only I like watched cricket or like was even more of a weeb. I'm not wasting enough of my life. Clearly,
yeah. Seems neither of you are.
What do we reckon?
I'm so disappointed in myself. All right. Wait, can I get the name again?
Tsukiko Sagi.
That is the last time you got it.
How do you spell Sagi?
No. Evan, no.
It's just Sagi.
This is sus.
I'm a little sussy barker. What can I say?
I don't know. I don't trust you looking off at a different point of view.
Yeah, I don't trust
you. have no idea how big my screen is. My screen.
Yeah, you don't need to look at whatever that is.
What have we got?
I have my cheat sheet of every anime and cricketer ever, just to the right. I knew you were going to do this. All right, I'm going anime.
Anime as well.
Yeah, the cricket one seems too specific.
It seems really specific and unrealistic.
I don't even know how to play cricket.
Freddie, tell us what it is.
The scores are level because you're both on 2 because it was the anime.
Yes, Harrow.
Yeah, I made that up.
Maybe my basic cricket one would have been a bit more plausible, Evan.
That was
because these are they're all really specific.
All right,
because this next one, Stephanie Frohnmeyer, an all-rounder for the German women's T20 international team with a high score of 42 and an average of 11.72, or a member of the Scout Regiment in Hanji Zoe's squad from the hit anime Attack on Titan who died in the first... I forgot what the word for it was again. In the first
Season?
exhibition in the Return to Shiganshina arc.
You weeb. All right.
Yeah, come on, Evan.
Evan, I'm so disappointed. I thought this was flaming me. All right, you're just self-flaming here.
Mm-hmm.
He's Evan trying to turn it into a flex on his Attack on Titan knowledge.
Can I get the name again?
Stephanie Fronmeyer.
I've heard.
Do not ask how to spell it.
I'm not spelling it. It's long.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say she's a cricketer.
I'm gonna say cricketer as well, just because Fronmeyer does not sound like a name that would work.
In anime.
Why wouldn't it work? It is the cricketer.
It doesn't. Okay, yeah, no, it doesn't sound like a name that my boy Yams would put out.
Did you really just call him Yams?
Of course, I call him Yams. All right.
Bro, me just going for
right,
like German name and
down.
thinking like Attack on Titan didn't work. Okay.
Freddie, settle down, weebs, because
Freddie,
we
the
have a
last
name
one.
I can actually pronounce.
Freddie, if this was about like Love Island or Survivor, you would be so roasted.
Absolutely.
All right, I'm gonna.
But you know who would be roasted, or maybe not? Who knows? Lee Sampson. Is he a Canadian opening batsman that scored 52 runs in 36 balls in the T20 World Cup qualifying match against Oman in 2019, or is he a teenage hacker and accomplice to the main antagonist of the Cowboy Bebop movie, Vincent? I can pronounce his name. I can't pronounce the movie.
Ooh.
Bebop.
Which one is it?
Wait, the Cowboy Bebop movie protagonist Vincent?
No. He's accomplice to the main antagonist, Vincent.
Ah, I haven't watched it. I know.
Thank God.
I'm going anime here.
Harrow?
I'm just gonna follow lead Lucas and say anime.
You know
Well,
what? 'Cause
I
one of
will
you
let
could
you
score.
know.
One of you could score a point. You're both
One
level.
of us
One
is
of you's
going
gonna
to win here.
Either
What?
you draw or one of you has to win. So like,
Yeah.
No,
Come on,
Do
Harrow.
none of you want to take the game?
Don't be a Harrow. Come on.
Lee Sampson
Harrow, switch.
is not a
You're such a
I mean,
flawed.
listen to Lee Sampson.
I thought you were the
Canadian
captain,
opening
not me.
batsman.
Come on.
I will submit this. The main antagonist's name is Vincent, so I don't think generic names are completely out of the ordinary here.
Yeah. Oh wait, Vincent Chang.
No.
Oh!
Conspiracy.
Wait a second.
So one of you could take away the win, or one of you could fail
Yeah.
miserably.
And it's gonna be me because even if Harrow chooses my choice, then he chose after me, so I get the moral
Sorry,
victory.
I'm going with that anime.
Harrow, I thought you had a grind set. And
I thought
a
you
grind
had the
set, a
grind
massive
set.
part of grind set
No
is
pain,
risk.
no gain.
Risk.
Harrow, I thought you
Risk
owned,
is
like,
a big
really-
part of the grind set.
Harrow, I thought you owned like really tight shirts.
grind
All right? Do you not even own tight shirts?
Lucas, you're wearing the merch here. I thought
I'm
you were
wearing the merch.
superior.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you take the risk in potentially taking
I'm
out
taking
the
the
win?
risk. I said it first. All right. I'm the one taking the risk here. Harrow's
Okay.
uncommitted. That's not a captain mindset.
It's not a
Oh,
grind set.
It's not even. It's not even captain grind set.
grind set.
It's just a lame set. Doesn't even rhyme.
Wow. Okay.
Um,
Personal attack.
What do we reckon? What do we reckon?
Wrong, but like
Let's
it's
lock it in.
the anime. It is the anime. There's no Lee Sampson, but for the fun of the game, I will lock in cricket.
I'm just that
you.
good, boys. I'm just that good.
Lucas, do you want to switch to cricket and potentially draw with Harrow?
Absolutely not.
Why
Are you
not?
sure? Are you sure you
You're
don't
like
want to switch to cricket?
100% sure.
Because these stats
No.
are way too specific to be anime. 52 runs in 36 balls against Oman
Listen,
in
boys.
2019.
I'm not a man who doubts himself, right? I didn't watch the movie,
Never heard of
but I guess on my like you
It's a
chose that
T20
category for me.
qualifying match, bro. Of course you never watched it or heard of it.
I'm American. I don't know what any of those words mean.
Okay.
alright? If this was about NFL, I would dominate for only the Broncos categories.
what 50 or 36.
Yeah.
I would have expected a little bit more in the media, but
Lee Sampson.
From Canada, who's barely
Yeah,
got
Canada-
ICC
Nobody knows what Canada
against
is.
Oman.
Nobody knows what Canada is.
Smith, it's a rising sport in Canada.
I thought Canada was a state until I was like 7. No, that's not even a joke. Like I was risen
Shows
as like
how
a
the American
public
education
The
system
South Park-
failed you.
He's your
The
genius.
South Park movie did say that Canada's not even a real country.
Yeah.
So
So, exactly. Why do you think they're animated so weird? It's like
Let's
that
lock
in
it
real
in.
life as well. Have
Let's
you-
lock
any
it
of
in.
you guys
Let's lock
played
it in.
them?
let's lock it in. One of you is about to lose. So what do we think?
Going to be me.
Are you sure?
I don't doubt myself, gentlemen.
Lucas, are you 100% sure
Are you
don't
sure
want to
you
swap?
don't want to change Lucas?
If I change, that just means I lost my conviction. I wouldn't be on that grind set. I would be waking up at
But
8:25
wouldn't the
instead of
grind be
8:59.
taking the risk on Lee Sampson?
The grind set is following my own ambitions, Frederick.
What if I told you
Harrow?
I had a Canadian uncle whose last name was Sampson?
But does he play cricket?
Popular name.
the issue is not on like whether or not he's called Lee Sampson. It's like
Alright. Harrow, are you happy with cricket or do you want to switch back?
I'm not. I want to switch back because it's not.
Do you
wrong.
want to switch back? You can switch back. What do you want to do? Do you want anime or cricket?
Well,
We have Lucas's answer.
back
Okay, well, you guys have
Okay.
drawn at 4 points because it is the anime character from Cowboy Bebop. I think we
I
spent
win.
10
What
minutes
can
on
you
this
say?
one question, just trying to get
I was
one of
trying to
you
get
flip.
because these
flip back.
stats are real. A Canadian opening batsman in a qualifying match against Oman in 2019 did score 52 and 36. I was like, surely someone thinks that all the cricket stats in this were real. Like I got them off Cricinfo from random players, or like
Well,
the actual player if they were the player.
You guys have tied at 4 points, so Harrow's smart move changing back, honestly. But
what a
Look,
follower, a bit of a
what a-
bear, if you ask me.
what a fun way to cap off the episode.
Absolutely.
But boys, you guys have been an absolute pleasure to have on. You've talked about some really important things, I think. Is there anything you'd like to send out to the boys before we wrap up today?
Yeah. So the first thing from me is just prioritize your mental health during these times. Check up on mates. Make sure that they're also doing okay. And just look after yourself because hard times, but it's obviously just so important. Lucas.
Yeah, definitely. I agree with her. I reckon stay tuned for the stuff we're doing into the future. We're working out how to do Are You Okay Day into the future. But if you want to look as swag as me and get decked out in these bands, this shirt, this hat, we've also got some other cool stuff coming down the pike. Stay tuned for events about mental health. Talk to your group dude about organizing some cool stuff because we were giving a bunch of resources to all the different leaders, and reach out to friends, psychologists, helplines, family if you need some help, and forgive yourself, boys. Thank you so much, Evan and Freddie. It was an absolute pleasure to be on. You guys were
have
great
been
hosts.
fantastic.
You guys have
Even
been
though you
great.
shamed me, I wasn't-
Evan shamed himself, but
I'm
That's
the
ashamed
work you
myself. We can all agree.
Evan is very pathetic. All right, Evan.
the work you guys have done has been fantastic. So on behalf of
Yeah.
everyone at MGS,
Thanks
thank you
so
very
much,
much.
guys.
And to the younger year levels, think about picking up the torch from the amazing work that Harrow and Lucas have started because the work like this never ends. So it's important to keep it going. But
Thanks.
Excellent.
Excellent. Thanks, guys.
Thanks for listening. Thanks for tuning in. We'll
See
see you
you
next
next Monday.
Monday.
See you.
Bye-bye.
Stay tuned
Thank
for
you.
next episode.
if you're struggling with your mental health, there are heaps of resources and services that are available to you that you can go to for free and anonymously. We've listed just some of these in the description of this episode.